Welcome back. No Olympics update yesterday, but we're back today, days 12 and 13 of the games of the 23rd or 32nd Olympiad here in Tokyo. Obviously, I'm not in Tokyo. Anyways, the United States now over 90 medals, China nearing the 75 mark. The United States clearly running ahead here, almost doubling the number of medals of Japan, who is the fifth place team at the moment. As we see a little bit of a shakeup here in the top 10, but nothing too crazy. I believe the teams stayed the same. Only Italy and Germany flipped from 2 days ago. The top 20 also remain the same, with the exception of the Czech Republic leaving and Ukraine entering, then moving into the 16 slot. We had a little bit of jumbling going around there as well, but that's kind of how that went. Nothing too crazy, as I mentioned, though. We are pretty much done with the crazy sports. And by crazy sports, I mean a lot of the sports are already done. As the Olympics come to a close here in a few days, we do see the women's 10-meter diving happened since we've been gone. China taking home 2 medals in that department. Freestyle and stroke swimming's obviously over, as well as the open water swims, which are new here. Brazil, Netherlands, and Australia taking home the medals for the women, and Germany, Hungary, and Italy taking home the medals for the men. We'll have beach volleyball tonight, and that'll continue into tomorrow for the finals. Water polo also tomorrow. Indoor volleyball as well. Indoor volleyball continues on the 8th, as well as water polo to wrap up the Olympics on the 8th. I believe the 8th is when the Olympics end. Anyways, we did have some sailing. No more rowing. We did have some sailing. We had the 470 sailing to end the sailing events: Australia, Sweden, Spain for the men, Great Britain, Poland, and France for the women. We also had Olympic best times in the one-person canoe 200-meter sprint. The United States getting that Olympic best and gold medal, followed by Canada and Ukraine. As for the kayaking events, we did have an Olympic best for Australia in the two-person kayak 1,000-meter sprint, as well as some of the other events. We also see Great Britain took home an Olympic best by getting a bronze medal in the men's 200-meter one-person kayak. As for the endurance sports, track and field continues on. World records set in the 400-meter hurdles, both for men and for women. And the women, of course, is the United States taking home that gold medal and world record. United States also taking home several silver medals since our previous update. You can see all of the athletes who have done well on this page. Also of note, I believe the Bahamas got their first medal there in the men's 400, as well as Grenada getting their first medal of these Olympics on this page as well. As for longer distance events, we had the United States taking home another silver medal in the women's steeplechase. Kenya taking home several medals as well so far. And so as we continue, we also had the men's 20K walk. Italy, Japan, and Japan taking home another of those medals. We had the prelims for the women's 4x1, which led to a world record for athletes under 20 years old. We'll have both 4x1s, as well as the women's 20-kilometer walk and men's 50-kilometer walk in tonight. We'll have the marathon road race for the women and the 4x4s tomorrow night, and then the men's marathon on the 8th, again wrapping up these Olympics. We had the heptathlon and decathlon, Canada taking home an Olympic record and gold medal for the decathlon, as well as during the events within the decathlon taking home a couple more Olympic records and world records even within that event for that Canadian athlete there. We see the Netherlands taking home both silver and bronze in the women's heptathlon. We'll have the pentathlon for the women tonight and the men tomorrow night. As for the jumping events, they just keep on going. Nothing too crazy of note. United States taking home a gold in the women's pole vault. We'll have the women's high jump here in a couple nights. We also have the women's javelin tonight, followed by the men's javelin tomorrow night. Olympic record and the United States taking home a gold medal in the men's shot put, as well as, of course, the silver medal that the United States seems to have got a lot of in these past 2 days. As for cycling, we had a few more events. As we can see, lots of records up at the beginning. The two of the newer events, though, the Omnium and Carrum for men and women respectively. No more new records. New Zealand taking home 2 silvers with that. We have the results of the men's team pursuit as well. That world record stands and was actually bested by Italy. Italy set a world record in the qualifying rounds and beat their own world record just a couple days later here in the finals in that men's team pursuit track cycling race. We also have an Olympic record that has been broken in the men's individual sprint for track cycling, so that is of note. Archery, pistol shooting, rifle, shotgun shooting, all that is over. Do note, remember, I highlighted when that female athlete from San Marino won the first medal in San Marino history. Their second medal was won in that shotgun trap, and stay tuned for that because San Marino actually took home their third medal of these Olympics and of their Olympic history. Here later on, we'll talk about where that comes into play. No more fencing, no more taekwondo, no more judo. Karate is just now getting underway, and it's going to finish up here quick in the next 2 nights. And you can see the athletes who have won that so far on there. Boxing also coming to a close, both for the men and the women. Several of the bronze medal events have already been decided, and so we can see that on both of these pages here. So that's how that's going. As for the men's wrestling, and that's what I mentioned, San Marino taking home their third gold medal. This is very special for them because they hadn't had a gold medal up until these Olympics, and now they have 3 medals. They hadn't had one at all, and now they have 3, 2 bronzes and 1 silver. And even that 1 silver was won by 2 athletes. It was a team event. So several medals heading to San Marino. Congratulations to them finally getting on the Olympic scoreboard overall, if you will. Several more wrestling events have been completed, as we see here. United States taking a little gold in the 86 kilogram freestyle wrestling department, as well as the 56 kilogram wrestling department, U.S. taking home a bronze medal. As for women's wrestling, we see Japan continuing to do well there, as well as Bulgaria doing well. Women's weightlifting is also, I think that was over last time we talked, but the men's weightlifting has had its last event, the 109 kilogram or greater weight class, setting a world record from the country of Georgia. Syria also taking home their first medal of these Olympics there in the bronze placement. Gymnastics is over for the men, and for the women, we still have the rhythmic individual all around as well as the team all around tomorrow night and the night after that. And so, of course, we're going to be watching those for how those play out. We've had some table tennis go down. The women's table tennis team, I believe, is the only new one on this page. China, Japan, and Hong Kong getting those medals, rather. And we'll have the men's team table tennis event tonight. Rounding out that page, we had park skateboarding as well. Japan taking home 2 more medals there. Japan doing very well in the skateboarding events. United States taking home a bronze medal in the men's park skateboarding. As for the equestrian events, we did have the individual jumping event, Netherlands, Sweden, and Great Britain taking home those medals. An Olympic record, of course, set in the sports climbing events. The men's already completed. The women's, the qualification has already been completed. The reason those have Olympic records is because it's the only time it's been done in the Olympics. So far, the United States taking home a silver medal in the men's. We'll have the women's tonight, and finishing out equestrian sports tomorrow night. As for soccer, the United States taking home a bronze medal in soccer. We'll have the gold medal match tonight, as well as the gold and bronze. The bronze match for the men might be tonight as well. And then we'll have the gold match for the men tomorrow, as well as baseball, basketball, and women's basketball on the 8th. As for the last slide here, we did have field hockey, Belgium, Australia, and India winning those for the men, getting those 3 medals there. Field hockey continues tonight, golf, handball for the men tomorrow, and then we'll have women's handball on the final day of the Olympics, August 8th. Once again, a look at your top 10 teams. Sorry for a long video, but we had 2 days to cover. See you guys tomorrow for the nearing the end of the Olympics.